Good afternoon. This is IVC School Superintendent Chad Allison. It is Monday, May 11th, and just wanted to give some updates on the end of the year, summer, and then just to touch briefly on where we might be for next fall when school resumes. First, remote learning does continue this week and next. This week will be the last week that our teachers and grade levels are doing choice boards. Beginning next week, our teachers have been encouraged to try to do some different things with our kids as it's the last week of school as we know it for the 2019-2020 school year. So there won't be choice boards next week, but a variety of hopefully unique and enjoyable activities for our students as remote learning for this school year ends. Excuse me. Again, the May 11th through the 15th, last day of school officially is next Thursday, May 21st. So we will be doing some different things next week, but the last day is May 21st. Student item pickups. We know that a lot of our students left the building on March 16th without realizing that they weren't going to be back. We certainly didn't think that was the case as well. So hopefully each of your building principals has emailed you the information regarding student pickup. That will take place next week. Each building has a different schedule for different grade levels. That will take place May 18th, 19th, and 20th. So please check your email that we use for Teacherease. All of that information was shared with parents. First, we'd really like to again say thank you to all of our students, all of our parents, for all that you've done. We know that this has been a very difficult situation, not at all what any of us thought we would be doing. And so we say thank you for all the effort that you've put into this, helping our kids. We know it's been very difficult. We certainly want to also appreciate and say thank you to our teachers, our staff, and our administrators. This is not something that any of us were ever taught. This is not a way that we thought we would be delivering certainly education, and certainly this quickly. So we really say thank you to all of you for all the work and effort you've put in to make this situation the best that it could be. We know it's been a difficult one, but we certainly appreciate your efforts. We'd also really like to congratulate the IVC High School class of 2020. Same for this group of students. We know this is not the senior year that any of us could have anticipated. We've never seen anything like this before, and it's unfortunate they didn't get it in their senior year the way many of us had hoped, because this truly was an outstanding class. The class of 2020, we have many, many great students who will go on and do many great things. And unfortunately, they just didn't get to finish their senior year the way any of us would have hoped. So we wish all of you well, and we're still planning on seeing you at graduation, but we certainly say congratulations as we end the 2019-2020 school year. We also at this point would like to welcome the IVC High School class of 2024, our 8th graders who are finishing at CEC and Mossville this week. You have some really big shoes to fill. The class of 2020 was a great class, and so we really expect great things from you. We will certainly welcome you in the fall at some point, hopefully, to the high school and get ready for a great and very fast 4 years at IVC High School. We do have some teachers also who their last year in education, teachers and support staff, well, this too for them was not how they anticipated finishing their career. South Elementary, Ann Turner, Chillicothe Elementary Center, Marianne Chateau, Mossville Junior High, Sarah Nudd, IVC High School, Carol Cry, Vicki Mannon, who are paraprofessionals, and Sherry Heth, who's been in the English department. For all of you, we certainly send our congratulations and warm wishes as you enter retirement. You have been a wonderful part of the IVC family, and we will certainly miss all of you dearly. The good news is that we certainly would welcome all of you back in the fall. If you were interested in subbing, we certainly need substitutes and know that you would all be able to handle that certainly without any challenge. So please enjoy your summer, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. One of the big changes that's occurring very quickly, actually tomorrow, Tuesday, May 12th, is with our lunch program. Beginning tomorrow, we are starting some renovations to the Commons at IVC High School. So that pickup location at the IVC High School will not be available for the breakfast lunch program any longer. So anyone in Chillicothe who is participating in our breakfast lunch program, you just need to go to CEC, drive-through services there, and they will provide you with that breakfast and lunch. All other pickup locations will remain the same for this week and going forward as well. Going forward, starting next week, we will have all the same locations, but the pickup days are going to change. We are going to go to 2 distribution days per week. We are only going to distribute breakfasts and lunches on Mondays and Thursdays. On Monday, you will come to your pickup location and you will receive 3 breakfasts and 3 lunches. On Thursday, you will come back and we will give you 2 more breakfasts and lunches to provide those breakfast lunch options for Thursday and Friday. So again, beginning Monday, May 18th, we will only be distributing breakfast lunches on Mondays and Thursdays. CEC, all of our other locations will remain the same. As you are hopefully aware, Governor Pritzker unveiled his Restore Illinois plan last week, and you know that from that we are in phase 2 in North Central region as it has been identified. And so you can see from this phase 2 and phase 3, as the school is concerned, involves remote learning for us. We are currently in phase 2. If we would go to phase 3, we're able to see some more openings of businesses, but gatherings of 10 people or fewer are still the limit, and we would still not be on site for school. Phase 4, we can get gatherings of 50 or fewer people, and we would then reopen under guidance from the Illinois Department of Public Health. Phase 5 would be the phase where we would really return to school as normal. So we have a long way to go through the Restore Illinois plan. Right now we are in phase 2. So what does that mean for some of those events as we kind of wind the year up? Seniors Honors Night, that has been postponed for some time, and it will be shared online. This event is currently in the production phase. We are getting all of our presenters to video present, and then we will be announcing all of our senior winners. We know that many of you would love to have this information as soon as we can. This is one of many events that we were able to handle very quickly and efficiently. Doing it online takes considerably more time than just the way we used to be able to do it live. So we certainly apologize for that. Hopefully that you understand that and can bear with us as we try to get that done. We're working as quickly as we can, and actually have called in some outside experts to help us, but we need to get that done, and we will do that as soon as we possibly can. Prom is still on the calendar. It is right now on the calendar for August 6th. So hopefully that is something that we are also able to be able to have a gathering large enough that would allow us to facilitate prom. 8th grade promotion ceremony, that remains on the calendar for August 1st. So we will certainly do that if we reach really phase 5 and are able to have a gathering larger than 50 individuals, as well as IVC high school graduation, August 1st as well. What does it mean for the start of the 2020-2021 school year? This is a question that all of a sudden we are all looking at and wondering about very much. And so at this point, it's certainly the recommendation of the Illinois State Board of Education, Governor Pritzker's office, that we are prepared, that we as school districts in Illinois prepare for 3 scenarios. The first scenario is really if we remain in phase 2 or we go to phase 3, as I mentioned previously, that is remote learning for us. That does not allow schools to reopen. And so if we would remain in phase 2 or phase 3 as school becomes a possibility, then we will be required to continue remote learning. Remote learning will look different for us in the fall. Choice words worked well, but we really will have to do more formalized curriculum and continue with more rigorous instruction for all of our kids, because we certainly cannot continue with choice boards as we have done. If we are in phase 4, when school is set to open, that puts us in the revitalization phase. And schools will begin under the guidance from Illinois Department of Public Health. This is a phase that concerns all of us, I think, the most, because we have seen the articles that are out there that we would be required, certainly under this phase, to follow social distancing for our students, for our staff. And so by doing so, that is when we start looking at potentially split schedules. Some of those options that are being discussed, A days, B days, that half of our students would come on an A day, the other half on a B day. We've seen some proposals where students would potentially come for 2 weeks and then be home for 2 weeks. We are still very much in the discussion phase, but we will start looking at all of those scenarios. We know that for any of that to work, we need to give parents as much lead time as possible. We know this is a significant change for all of you. So we certainly, this is not the phase that I personally am a big fan of, because we know this is a challenge for our parents. If we would by chance get to phase 5 to start school, this is the phase we are all looking forward to, and that is we would return to in-person school as we have traditionally done. How ironic that we now have a term for school. The way it used to be is in person, but that's the way school is intended. That's the way our teachers have been trained, and that's what we want for our kids. We know they need to be back in our classrooms. We want them back in our classrooms. So that is where we are, and we really hope that we can get to phase 5 so we can all get back in school. We will keep you informed as this situation changes. We know, and hopefully you realize, this is not a decision we make as far as what phase we're in, and then how that impacts us. We will provide as much lead time as we can, and unfortunately, that situation and the phases are relatively fluid, depending on the matrix that they have developed with the Department of Health. So we will certainly give you as much lead time and keep you informed as best we can. Again, we thank you all for doing everything you've done for the 2019-2020 school year. It is certainly one that we will not forget. And really, as you begin a unusual summer, please be safe. Please follow all of those recommendations for social distancing and protective requirements. We want to be back. We need to be back in school. So please do everything you can. Let's flatten this COVID-19 even more, so we can get our kids back in school to start the 2020-2021 school year. We will keep you updated, but for now, that is all we have. Thank you very much. Chad Allison signing off.